Hello, class, and I hope you guys have had a good day so far. Um, as of now, you guys have done a little bit of extra practice this morning because I heard that some of you might have had a hard time with the interest questions from the formative from yesterday, and I know some of you guys were on a field trip yesterday, so you guys did that um, at the beginning of class. So I would like to go through that to make sure that you guys know what is going on. So if you guys had any problems coming up with the calculations for the interest, please pay attention, okay? Because I'm going to go over the formative right now, and you've done the fourth activity now on this. Hopefully you have gotten it by now. But once again, if you have not, you could always go back to the YouTube videos and watch it on there and learn for yourself. You need to take some initiative or ask questions to your classmates or the substitute teacher. Miss Scott has great knowledge of the subject matter and she could help you. Okay, so the formative assessment that you guys did this morning or yesterday, once again, you have to calculate simple and compound interest. The first one was simple interest. It says, Stephen receives $100 from his grandmother on January 1st and deposits it into a 5% interest-bearing account. How much more money would Stephen have after 5 years with compound interest rather than simple? So we got to do each of them. So you could write here just to help you out. You start with $100, okay, and it's going to be at 5% interest, okay? So we'll start with the simple. So all you would do is after the first year, $100 times, remember 5% is 0.05. You have to move the decimal over two spaces. So $5, that means you made $5 extra. So after year one, you started with 100, you made $5 more, so now you have $105. Okay? Now you don't put any more money in there. So after year two, on simple interest, you only make interest on the amount you put in. So I can't do the 5% on 105, I have to do it on the original 100. So basically, you're just going up by $5 every time. So after 105, it's 110. After 110, 115, 120, 125. Okay, pretty simple. That shouldn't have been hard. Okay, now this part, we're 100 at 5% again. All right, so now, same thing. After year one, you're just going to do 5% of 100. We already know that's 5. So after year one, we have $105. Here's where it changes. In simple interest, we went back and we just did 5% of 100 again. With compound, though, they will give you the 5% interest not only on the 100, but on the interest too. So you're going to do interest on the whole 105. Okay, so we are going to do 105 times 0.05. That means that we made 525 in interest. Okay, this time around. So we put $100 in. We had 105 now. So we're going to add this to the 105 plus 105. So now we have 110.25. We already have a quarter more than this one. Keep this number in the calculator because you have to calculate the interest on this. So times 0.05. You made this amount now on in interest. So we need to add it to the 110.25 to see how much we have now. So we're going to round this, so we're going to get 115.76. Put that here. Okay, we don't have to round it up here because we'll just leave it to the end. So what we do with this, we take that times 0.05. Oops. Okay, $5.79. Now we add that to the 115.76, and now we have 121.55. And then finally we multiply that by 0.05. Oh my god, I keep doing the 2. You get $6 now. Add that to the 121.55, and we 127.63. Okay, so the question says, how much more money would Stephen have after 5 years using compound versus simple? We had 127.63 here. 127.63. We're going to subtract 125. So the difference is he made $2.63 more. Okay? So the answer is 263. Here's the answer, guy. Let's see if we got that right. Look at that. 263. Good job, us. Okay? Hope there's no questions on that part. All right. So now let's go to the more difficult one. It says, Stephen receives an inheritance at age 18 of $25,000. That means someone gave him $25,000. Maybe his family member passed away and it's in their will. But he just got $25,000. On January 1st, he deposits it into a 10-year CD with an average annual rate of return of 9% compound interest. So remember, we told you a CD, usually it's by years. So a 10-year CD means he has to keep it in the account for 10 years in order to get this 9% interest. How much will Stephen have at the end of his 10-year CD? So right here we could just put, to help us, $25,000 at 9%. Okay, so the first year we just do 25,000 times 0.09, and so we made 2,250 in interest. Okay, but we put 25,000 in, so we got to add that to the 25,000. So after year 1, we had $27,250. You take that number, you times it by 0.09. That's the new interest. So let's add that to the amount we already have in there. So now we're at 29,702.50. All right, times that by 0.09. Add the 29,702.5. We got this number, 32,375.73. Let's go check our key up here to make sure. 32,375.73. Very good. Okay, so now once again, guys, you're just doing these steps. It's the same thing over and over again. You take this number, you times it by the interest rate. Whatever you get's the interest, and you add it to this previous number. Okay, so we're just adding that to 32,375.73. And then we're rounding it. 35,289.55. Taking that number, timesing it by 0.09 plus the previous number. You're at $38,465.61. Times that by 0.09. Add the previous number. You're at $41,927.51. Times that by 0.09. Add the previous number. you're at $45,700.99. Times that by 0.09. It's the same thing over and over again, guys. Plus 45700.99. 49,814.08. Times that by 0.09. Add the previous number. $54,297.35. And finally, times it by 0.09. Add the previous number. And, of course, so we'll just have to add 3 cents. So our total is 59,184 point, I don't know, 11. All right, 59,184.11. 59,184.09. So somewhere around there. Depends on how much you rounded, but if you're within 5 cents, it should be the correct answer. Okay? Now, you guys are probably going to go over the worksheets you did earlier. If you have any questions, please ask Miss Scott, and she will help you answer anything she can. And be on your best behavior. I will see you soon.